What is up, fight fans? Welcome back to Picking a Fight. I'm Latch.
I'm Jeff.
And today we're going to be looking at the main event of UFC Fight Night Dos Anjos versus Fiziez. But before we get started, don't forget to like the video. Subscribe if you haven't. We're putting out prediction videos for almost every fight night and pay-per-view. And there's a whole bunch this month. So don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out. And what you got for us, Jeff?
All right, so we got number 7 ranked Rafael Dos Anjos. He's 31-13, 37 years old. 5'8", 70-inch reach. He's coming off back-to-back wins against Renato Moicano and Paul Felder. And he's going up against Rafael Fiziez. He's ranked number 10. He's 11-1, 29 years old, 5'8", 71.5-inch reach. And he's also coming off back-to-back wins against Brad Riddell and Bobby Green. What you think?
Yeah, man, I really like this matchup. We're seeing a surging prospect in Fiziez, taking on a veteran in RDA. Former champion. So this is a great test for, I was about to say for Rafael, for Fiziez. We know what RDA brings to the table, man. This guy's super tough. He'll fight whoever. He's a very well-rounded. He's actually a southpaw, which is going to be an interesting look for Fiziez as he's an orthodox fighter. I think RDA's hands have gotten a lot better. His boxing is a little crispier. I think it looked a lot better against Moicano and Felder. Yeah, so his boxing is pro. Obviously, his jiu-jitsu is really good. He has more submissions than any other thing. He has a good submission game. His wrestling's not the best, but it has gotten better, so it's like a little more solid. The one thing I do like about his wrestling game is that he's super persistent. We've mentioned it before, but a lot of wrestlers tend to shoot, and as soon as there's like some resistance where it didn't go perfect, they tend to back up and reset. There's a lot of chain wrestlers like Makachev that they don't give up. They continue to chain together the combinations, the wrestling combinations to finally get the takedown. And RDA is not the best at that, but he is persistent. So he'll like shoot, he'll hold on to you, and then maybe back up and then shoot again. We saw it in his last fights. He was pretty successful in those against Moicano and Felder, two strikers though. And Fiziez is pretty similar, I think. Do you think Fiziez has any advantages over RDA?
I think the speed. I think he's
I agree, yeah.
He's a lot faster than RDA. But the thing is, like, if this goes the distance, which I think it will, I think it'll go into the 4th and 5th rounds. I think if RDA brings the pace like Bobby Green did, then I think it's going to be a long night for Fiziez. I think in the later rounds, I think he's really going to fade, and RDA is going to... I think he's going to probably, like, take it easy like he did with Moicano. He knew he won, like, 4 rounds and, just slow it down in the 5th round. Probably something like that similar if that pace is set, like, really high. If it's a little slower, I do see them going the distance, but I think RDA is going to incorporate a lot of wrestling. I think he's going to incorporate, if it gets there, he could get the submission, but I honestly don't think it's going to be a submission win. I think it's going to be more of a controlling game, I guess. Like some ground and pound, just like making sure he doesn't get up. And if he gets up, I think he does have a good advantage on the feet too. But
who, RDA?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I think Fiziez, his speed might mess with him a little bit. And I think Fiziez actually does a pretty decent job of keeping distance. So, like, he doesn't get taken down that often. So it's going to be interesting to see how RDA deals with that, because from what I've seen, I don't think Fiziez, like, engages in the brawls, like the scrappy stuff. Technical. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting if he could get the takedowns without provoking that.
Yeah, the Fiziez, like you say, he's got really good striking. He has a very explosive style. Like, he throws his punches and his kicks really with a lot of power and a lot of speed. He's very explosive. But like you said, we've seen that be a determinant when the fight goes long or when the other guy is durable and pushes a pace. Like you said, the Bobby Green fight. And I think his name was Alex White. In that fight, White brought the pace to him too. And in those fights, he dropped the 3rd round because he started to slow down a lot. Especially in the Bobby Green fight, he really started to slow down.
Yeah.
And that was because of the pace of the fight. People with them explosive muscles, we see it takes a lot of energy. And he was not able to maintain it. And so I agree. If this goes the distance, I can see RDA kind of stealing the last 3 rounds, because we've seen RDA be able to put that pace on people. We saw it in his last 2 fights against Felder and Moicano, where he, his striking, he was pressing forward. He was kind of smothering with them. He was consistently shooting. That's a really hard, even if he's able to stop it or he's able to kind of best him at the boxing. Yeah. That's a hard pace to, keep at, right? Because and so I can see him kind of putting that pace on him and getting him to tire and to eventually slow down, and him able to succeed on the takedowns and stuff like that. The only thing is, RDA's durability. I think he can still take a shot, I think. Fiziez, he hits hard. I think he kicks hard too. He has an assortment of elbows, knees. His weapons are, he has a lot of weapons, and I don't think he'll be able to finish RDA, to be honest. And so I think as the fight goes on, if RDA is able to implement all of his game, smother him with his boxing, the pressure, and the wrestling, mix it all together, I think we see Fiziez slow down. But the question is, will it be enough? What if he doesn't slow down to the fourth or the fifth? Or what if he never slows down,
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's hard to tell. I think the striking's a little closer. I think I think Fiziez, obviously being younger, he has the speed advantage. RDA, I think he still hits hard, but he is slower, But I think his jab and stuff like that is getting way better. He's going to be opposite stance, so we're going to see how Fiziez deals with that. He's obviously going to have trained for it. But I don't know, man. I think I agree with you. Like, the more I think about it, I think RDA wins by decision. But I think I'm going to go with Fiziez. I think it's going to be a little too late for RDA near the end. I think he's going to fall behind too much. And then I think RDA probably, if it goes the distance, it probably takes 4 or 5. But I think Fiziez is going to win by decision. But it's going to be a very close fight, I think.
Wait, so you got Fiziez by decision?
Yeah, by decision. You saw RDA, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like RDA a lot, man. He's the BMF at the real BMF. And so I hope he wins. But I mean, I think RDA is not washed though. Like, I don't think he'll be champion again. But I don't think he's as washed as people think, bro. I think he's still
learning, and he's still getting better.
Yeah, I think so. So, yeah, there you have it. Those were our thoughts, our predictions on RDA versus Fiziez. I believe that Fiziez wins by decision. I think as it goes the distance, RDA will start to warm up, but I think it'll be too late. I think Fiziez would win on points, early points. Jeff thinks the opposite. Jeff thinks RDA starts to win later as the fight goes on, and he's going to steal those last rounds. And you said decision as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a big factor to look out for is the wrestling. We saw Fiziez get taken down by Rydell. And Rydell's not the best wrestler either. If he's able to take him down and hold him down, it's gonna be a quick night, I think, for Fiziez. He probably gets submitted, or he'll probably get gassed immediately.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing I think to look out for. And yeah, those are our thoughts, our predictions. Let us know down below what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think RDA still got a lot left in the tank, or do you think it's Fiziez's time to move up? Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you haven't. We're gonna be putting out videos for almost every fight night and pay-per-view. We'll see you next week for Ortega versus Yair. It's going to be another great night of fights. But, yeah, don't forget to tune in, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. See ya.